We want to identify terms and like terms in this video. So let's start with this one here. 2r squared plus 7r minus r squared minus 9. Now, like terms are terms that have the same variables and are raised to the same exponents. Constant terms are also like terms. So here, let's use some different colors. We see that we have 4 different terms. So the first thing we want to do is rewrite this into a sum of terms. So just get rid of these subtraction signs here. So we're going to 2r squared plus 7r plus negative r squared plus negative 9. Now remember, this works because when we subtract, it's the same as adding the opposite. So if we had 2 minus 7, that's the same as saying 2 plus negative 7. So that's why this works here. Now let's identify the terms. Our terms are simply these individual terms right here. So you have 2r squared, you have 7r, you have negative r squared, and you have negative 9. Now, what about our like terms? Our like terms are going to be a little different. It's kind of like when you want to sort your Skittles. I don't know if anybody does this, but when I used to eat Skittles, I'd like to divide them up and save my favorite color for last. So it's kind of like choosing all of the ones that are the same and putting them together. So let's look at these terms. We have some terms that have the same variables. Now, let's look at 7r, for example. 7r is one of our terms. Now, do we have any other terms in this list that are like 7r? Kind of, but no. We still see our variable r here. However, these are raised to an exponent, so these are not like terms. So 7r is our only term that is on its own. So there's no like term for 7r, so we don't even need to put that down. Now let's look at this constant term here, negative 9. Negative 9 is a constant term, which would also classify as a like term. There's no other constant term in our list of terms, so that is not a like term. When we look at these terms, however, 2r squared and negative r squared, we see that they're raised to the same exponent. That means they're like terms. So 2r squared and negative r squared are like terms. Let's do another one. Let's say we have 7 plus 4p minus 5 plus p plus 2q. Now what we're going to do is we want to rewrite this so that we don't get too confused here. So we're going to rewrite this as a sum of all of these terms so that we can see each term clearly. Okay, so now that we've done that, we can list our terms. We know we have 7, we have 4p, negative 5, p, and 2q are our terms. Well, let's look for some like terms. We have a constant term here, 7. We also have another constant term here, negative 5. Those are like terms, so 7 and negative 5 are like terms. Let's look for some more. Well, we have 4p and we have p. Those have the same variables, so 4p and p are like terms. Now, poor old 2q over here is by itself. It doesn't have a like term to partner up with, so there's no like term for 2q.